the Mavericks, MacMahon, they will be back in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know when that will be, but Luka's too good.
Luka's too good. They've got some nice pieces that fit around them, that fit around him. Jay Kidd had a great first season as a head coach. We'll get into this on our little video short on YouTube. But the question for the Mavericks now is, do they need to try to figure out a path to another star? And by the way, there's not a clear path there. They don't have cap space. They're limited with trade assets, et cetera, et cetera. Or can it be Luka as the lone star with high caliber role players who fit him well? And I think they're going to go down, the avenue of the second. Luka's the lone star with a bunch of good fitting role pieces. And I think they're going to have a chance to be legitimate contenders for a while doing that. Now we'll see if it's good enough. But I think for a variety of reasons, I think that's the way that the Mavs are going to go.
Well, I've said this before. I'll say it again because it keeps reverberating to me. It reminds me so much of 2007 Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible they got to those finals. It was very clear that they were not in the same caliber as the champion Spurs. And they spent the next 3 years scrambling, trying to find that big piece to add to next to LeBron. They tried Ben Wallace. They tried Shaquille O'Neal. They tried Antoine Jameson. They tried Delonte West. They tried Mo Williams. They tried to get Amari Stoudemire. They tried to get other players like that. They just could never do it because it was really hard. They were good. They were great. They had 60-win teams. And so that's the challenge for, and by the way, it wasn't because of money. They spent the money. MacMahon, let me ask you this. Cuban had a reputation when he came into the NBA of spending whatever it took. He spent, he changed player amenities. He got this awesome, like their jet still is, they have a better jet than anybody. They were the first team ever to have like the super premium locker room. He was given Tariq Abdul-Wahad and
those plush towels, baby. Oh my goodness. The PlayStations.
Did you want to thieve some of those towels? But for the last decade,
I hadn't paid luxury tax since 2011, since they won a championship. That will change next year.
And when they won the championship, he broke up the team.
Yes, and he broke up the team because it was an aging roster, new CBA. He thought he was the smartest guy in the room. That he thought. Look,
he also saved money. He also did.
He broke that team up, believing I'm Mark Cuban. Players love me.
Yeah, he was sure he'd get stars at free agency, and it struck out time and time
in particular,
again.
When he made that move, he thought that they were getting Chris Paul and Dwight Howard. Obviously, that didn't happen. And like you said, they had a bunch of whiffs. Their biggest splash in free agency ended up being Chandler Parsons. Nice player, heck of a guy.
Being featured on personal injury lawyers commercials nationwide as I travel around the country.
Well, unfortunately, that is the case. And they're not in a situation where they're going to they can't be shoppers in free. I guess we could hypothetical some sign and trades where Brunson's going the other way, but it's just not a realistic path. And Cuban is adamant that they're re-signing Jalen Brunson, understanding, hey, it's going to cost a hell of a lot more than if we'd have given him that extension. That's going to push them in a luxury tax, and then they've got some clear needs, but I would wager on it being more addressing the starting center, figuring out a way to do that, finding a guy to platoon with Maxi Kleber that you're comfortable playing in the playoffs, which Dwight Powell, swell guy. Clearly they were not comfortable playing him in the playoffs.
Well, he's playing 7 minutes a game or something.
Right. Yeah. And then they've got to get more wing depth. Tim Hardaway Jr. coming back. Maybe he's moved, maybe he's not. If so, it's scoring punch, but they've got to get wing depth of guys that they believe can defend and shoot, because Reggie Bullock and Dorian Finney-Smith are nice players. They're really good role players. The kind of guys you need around Luka. They can't be 1-2 in the NBA in minutes played in the playoffs.
Bontemps, what do you think Tim Hardaway's value is in the NBA? Is there a trade where they can because they do owe one future pick to the Knicks still?
Yes.
Is there a value? Could they trade a future first in Tim Hardaway? I mean, I've asked this question. I kind of get,
Not sure why they would. I don't know why they would do that. Like,
well, they're looking for ways to acquire talent. That's
I know, but that's not the kind of trade that you're making to meaningfully improve the roster. I don't think you're trying to make that trade to move around salary.
I don't have a chair as nice as Bontemps is sitting on right now in my room.
Nah, he's sitting on the throne like Klay Thompson.
It's too bad for you.
Sorry to interrupt you there. All right. Well, we'll
here's one that I've heard, and from just talking to people around the Mavs, to be clear, non-basketball employees, but people who know the game, and guy I like to talk to. Again, not front office, not even on the basketball side of things. But how about Hardaway for a Nick Claxton sign and trade? Something like that could be interesting. Here's what I say though: what they cannot do.
What's that? Bontemps is like, nope.
Well, it's just no on 100 levels. Like, you're not paying Nick Claxton $20 million. You got to do a sign and trade, which then hard cap you. Like, there's just too many. Yeah. There's too many complications there.
So
that's the thing with the there's a dream of DeAndre Ayton. Could they get DeAndre Ayton? Because and we'll talk about Ayton in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that I see these folks, and what Bontemps just said is so true. In the last CBA, they put the hard cap in on the sign and trade for this exact reason. They didn't want teams who are already paying a lot of money to easily improve their roster.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to keep talent distribution.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.